Welcome back, everybody. We're talking about this was supposed to be a show about getting me out of the dumps, and so far we have not even come close.
Not even getting close
to
the dumps.
We've piled on more garbage onto my already beleaguered soul. So
do you want to talk about Hillary and her ever-changing poll numbers? That might make you feel better.
Well, I'm kind of curious to know where all the support's going, because it's not going to Donald Trump.
No, it isn't.
It's not even really going to Stein and Johnson. No. It's just it's the craziest thing. So Democrats are getting a little bit worried. I mean, the professional Democratic politicians, the guys that run these data campaigns, the guys like David Plouffe, for example, these data geniuses that are live and breathe these numbers all the time, and live and breathe turnout, live and breathe like this micro targeting of voting blocks and stuff. Most of who are the Democratic leaning ones say, don't worry, be vigilant. You have to get out, you have to turn out, you have to go out and vote, but don't be concerned with the tightening. The tightening is always going to happen. She had an outsized lead. She's not going to lose Pennsylvania. She's not going to lose Michigan. He has to run the table, and that's still true. All that's still true. But good grief, when you see, when you go on, as I do every single day, go on to 538 and look at the forecast and see that 70-30 number shrink to 55-45. I'm depressed, man. Oh, I am depressed.
It has to be scary.
Well, as
a good left-wing liberal,
I'll tell you, Donald Trump, some of those 538 guys, when they were wrong about Donald Trump getting the nomination back last year.
I think everybody's wrong.
No, what they were saying is that they misinterpreted the date. They misinterpreted the support he had. They were seeing that he had this solid 25 to 30%, and they thought, but it didn't move from that hardly at all during the primary, and they misinterpreted that as his ceiling, because the numbers didn't move. So he didn't gain support necessarily during the primary until people started dropping out. But that was his floor. He comes into this with 30%, 25 to 30% of the electorate that Republican electorate just ready to go to war for him, and not unshakable. And I think every single politician that's ever run for major political office, nationally or at the state level, would probably do some pretty heinous things to get that kind of floor, right? To get that kind of floor. And so he's coming to the general, but we have not seen him gain ground on her at all over the last 2 weeks. She has just been sliding into him more.
Yes.
I'll tell you what. And it's driving me nuts, because every single day he comes out and says something dumb or lies about something, and you're thinking, all those people with that are supporting Donald Trump right now, that are listening to him talk, all they're thinking is, man, it's a good thing that we know who the truth teller is, and it's not Hillary Clinton, and it's driving me crazy, and it's making me want to not do anything until November.
Oh yeah, I have a couple of answers that may make you feel better. One, the way they do these polls is they have a giant pool of people that they pay to be in this pool, and different polls have a different pool, and they sample whoever will call back, whoever will answer the phone and talk. Right?
I know what you're talking
so
about.
It could be that when Hillary gets crapped on in the media, which happens.
Yep.
When that happens, people that are mad about it respond to the poll. Well, Hillary's an idiot. Yes, we know. We like it that she's an idiot, and we're not going to. So I think that explains
part of it. And the candidate, you are more excited. That's one of the things Dave Plouffe said. You're more excited to respond to a phone call when your candidate looks like he or she is doing better. When your candidate is doing worse or perceived to be doing worse, you're not as excited about answering that phone call. So even though
that's true.
And that's on both sides of this thing. So when Hillary has this 8-point lead coming out of the convention, there are a lot of embarrassed Republicans over his behavior right out of the Republican convention that were not responding to polls. That's not skewing necessarily. That's not oversampling one demographic or another. That's just people not calling in. So now Hillary hasn't disclosed some pneumonia diagnosis, and all of a sudden all the Democrats are wetting the bed.
I think it's more than that.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
It's definitely more than that. The polls are tightening. I think that there were a lot of folks coming out of the Democratic convention who were always going to vote Republican, who still hadn't gotten to the Trump vote just yet. I think there were a lot of folks that she was that were never going to vote for her, that were telling people, yeah, we're looking at Hillary pretty seriously, but now have come home. And I think that's always what was going to happen. So she's still got a national lead. She's still got a lead in the state she needs to win. It's not time to completely set our hairs on fire for Democrats, set our hair on fire just yet. But man, you just wish
she's not. Well, we've talked about this before.
Yeah,
she's not likable like Bill Clinton. You know,
not that.
And don't get me wrong. I have said many times on the show how I respect that woman's strength and her mind and her fighting ability, but she's not charming like Bill. And and the truth of the matter is she's not even charming as Trump. Trump can be charming. He just a lot of time chooses not to be.
Let me ask this question. Go ahead.
I got one more point. Yeah. Save that question. One of the points I forgot to make that I want to make now about Cruz has not come anywhere near endorsing Trump.
No.
Period. The RNC,
so great.
The RNC has come out. And you know, the RNC has come out and said, listen, if you don't get on board with an endorsement, we're not going to support any of your campaigns from here on out because you signed an agreement to do so. So Ted Cruz, the day after the Republican National Committee makes that announcement, comes out and says, well, you know what? This is what I would do, and it just happens to match what Trump would do. So I think that's about as close as Cruz is ever going to get to an endorsement of Trump.
Because he's never going to say the words.
No, never. Now, what's your question?
Oh, well, no, because there is a clear bad guy in this election. If you're listening
Bernie?
No. You're listening to the complaints of the Trump campaign and of the Clinton campaign and of their supporters, left, right, and center, all of them. There's a very clear loser in all of this, a very clear bad guy, the person that has been the most or the entity that's been the most unfair to everybody all the time, no matter what, has been the media.
That's right.
And we'll probably talk about that in the last segment.
I was going to try to do something cool because, you know, on other shows, and we'll tell you who that is right after this break.
I didn't time it very well.
Well, that's all right. I just, you know, I didn't think quick enough. Anyway, we want to thank everybody for tuning in. We couldn't do what we do without you. Stay tuned after this break. We are going to be talking about the media and the bad guy that it really is because we like talking about that. Stay tuned, folks.